on. But like a very brave man that I know will always say that we must continue no matter what happens. And so, ladies and gentlemen, my fellow Biafrans, wherever you are, I want you to welcome in our midst today Colonel Emmanuel Nwobosi, Ogene of Obosi. Nanyukwu, you're welcome. Nanyukwu, you are very welcome. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much. Today, I was already upset before we started this program. But the incident that just happened now got me even more upset because it showed me clearly where I was coming, and someone deliberately was jamming my signal and I had to go to another platform. So we are facing a new kind of attack, a new kind of warfare every day. But it's because they know who we have in the house today. I always greet people like you in a special way. So give me 1 second. I will not forget to do it. Ogene Obosi. Ogene Obosi. Ogene Obosi. Ebe a na-eto mbụ nna bụ enyi. Daalụ. Daalụ. On behalf of every young man who lives in the present day Nigeria, on behalf of every person who is living today, who considers themselves a Biafran, now I really want to thank you. I want to thank you. I want you to know before we go ahead that even if you didn't know it before, I want you to know that we appreciate you so much. I want you to know that the activities of 1966 have helped to shape what we have become today. And I want you to know that that vision, that mission that you set out to accomplish, that in our own lifetime, we will not give up till that mission is accomplished. You will never go to bed or go to sleep wondering whether what you did was what was supposed to have been done. I want you to know that today we realize and we recognize that what you did was in the interest of everybody, not just only Biafrans, not just only Nigerians, but for the whole of Africa. So on behalf of all of us this day, I want you to know that we know exactly what happened, and we are very, very grateful to you. When we remember you, we do not remember you with regret, so you must never do that. You must go to bed every night as a hero, as someone who knows that the generation that came after him recognizes exactly what you did. So thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much.
Gidi, thank you so much. I am grateful, realizing that most of our people, not all, knew that what we did was for the good of everybody. We started to clean up Nigeria in 1966, but like everything we do, it. Some people will twist it just to favor their own narrative. In spite of all this, we kept quiet and we continued plodding, knowing that we have a goal in mind.
Nayuku, tell us what led to you having to sit. I think there's something covering your microphone. They should check it for you. It looks like something is covering your microphone. We're not hearing you very well. Just make sure that nothing is covering the microphone. Go ahead and take care of that. Okay. Now, what made you, for the benefit of a lot of people who do not know, that you, with a group of young officers of the Nigerian army then, at a very, very young age, you were 20-something years. What is it that led you and this group of young army officers to plan a revolution? Tell us that story. Because today we are privileged to have you. A lot of people have given their own version. But today, we want to hear it from you. What is it that led you to organize that revolution?
Thank you. The Nigerian army of those days started with the British. And when our politicians were fighting for our independence, of course they knew they would have to leave eventually. Now, the time was coming. The politicians were going over to the UK, the different parties. British were still in control of the country, and they had the army under their control, with Major General Whatever, the British general. He was the man commanding the army. When, before they left, after we got arrested, there were 3 officers. Initially, there were only 2 senior officers of the rank of cadet, who of course will have vied for the takeover from Everett. The 3rd person was a captain in my class. He was Fulani. Kept giving him double promotion. Sometimes you can imagine somebody who is a captain today, before you could say Jack Robinson, he has gone through the state of that, become a major. And in all the ranks we had the temporary, all that. You fly through them. By next year comes the lieutenant colonel, all in an effort to get him to the brigadier level of the other 2. One was from Hawaii, and the other one was Brigadier Ogene.
Hold on, sir. So there were 2 people, Aguiyi-Ironsi, Brigadier Aguiyi-Ironsi, and Ogundikpe. And what the British were trying to do was to pick this Fulani guy and give him double promotion, triple promotion, to make sure that he gets quickly to a higher rank that will be above these other people.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right. So, in the army at the time, there were a few of us who had the presence of mind to follow all these developments. And sometimes, when during conversations, you try to bring it up with our own senior officers to be mindful of what was going on, it was almost as if we were committing sabotage. In fact, the senior officers were doing us a favor. That favor was that they didn't report us. Otherwise, we could have been court-martialed. Notably, among the senior officers I was talking about was Major Chuma Kaduna Dog, Major Mark, Major Emoye.
Major Ademoyega.
Yes.
Okay.
Major I'll talk about it later.
Yeah.
When we come to the point where our coup was labeled an Igbo coup.
Okay.
Emoyega, by the name alone, will show you that he was Yoruba.
Yeah.
Good. So, John Zonko was my senior in St. John's College, Kaduna.
Yeah.
We were friends, but not, that close in was still there. He joined the army before me. I joined later, and luckily enough for me, when I was posted to Kaduna, he was in Kaduna at the time. So we had our private conversations about the situation in the country. The politicians had a habit of getting mark up on contract at that time, or crying, no matter, because you thought that was too much.
You said the politicians had a habit of doing what, sir?
Of putting a mark up.
Okay, mark up on contracts. Okay.
Well, now, some of us wish they limit it to 10%. It won't be sharp. the high crime, we thought that was too much. All this. Now, back to the hierarchy in the army. This was going on, and the brigadier, Captain Michael was enjoying a patron.
What's his name again? What's his name again?
Brigadier Mai
Brigadier Mai Malari.
That's right.
Okay.
Then, of course, all those successes, all those promotions, everything got into his head and became uncontrollable, to the point that he would even openly insult those politicians who were people. We were all afraid because we knew, or we were following what was going on. When it got to the point of in Nigerian General Officer Commanding, that's the GOC, after the British officer left, with the body. The hierarchy in the politics shows Agui Ironsi. Much to our surprise, we wanted to find out why. You know these things, you don't come out in the open and start asking open questions. Nobody wants.
So when the British left, the hierarchy was supposed to now fall. The highest in command was supposed to now be Agui Ironsi, but it went to the Fulani officer.
No.
Okay.
We expected, we were watching out, hoping or expecting that it would go to the Fulani officer.
Okay.
Instead, we were surprised and we were shocked that Ironsi got that position.
Okay.
It surprised us.
Yeah.
It surprised the other people around. The reason we found out was that Memelari was biting the finger that was feeding him.
I see.
So they felt it was better for them to appoint the devil they knew than the devil they did not know. Did you get?
I understand now. I understand very clearly. Yeah.
That was what happened. So that was how the GOC.
Okay.
But that did not stop us from trying to achieve our aim.
Okay.
Because what was at the top of our mind was that the country was being run down by the politicians. The 10%, the appointment without caring who merited it or not. There was no accountability, and everything was going haywire. The Ghana, you know, Accra, Ghana,
Yeah.
we had independence before then. But when Nkrumah got independence from Ghana, everywhere overseas, especially Britain, you heard Ghana was with a lot of respect. Nigeria was like the one rapper.
Now, let me ask you a question, because I'm wondering whether the situation of the country then, as per what the politicians were doing, if you look at the situation in Nigeria right now, how do you compare what is happening right now and what made you people revolt way back then in comparison? What does it look like?
Now, I'll tell you this. If you remember, I said earlier, we were asking the politicians for the 10% markup they were putting on everything, contracts and so on.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, with what I see today in Nigeria, if the poor politicians of the 1960s and so on will come around, I'll give them a medal. Good performance. I'm not kidding you.
Yeah.
So that will show you that things, instead of getting better, or even at the standstill, things are getting worse. We're going down the drain day by day.
Tell us about that night. What happened that night when the whole operation? How? Just a little bit about the events leading to the D-Day of that operation.
Sorry, say that again. I didn't hear you well.
The day that the operation, the real revolution, the coup was carried out. Can you tell us a story about, a few days before that particular day the planning and the execution, and what happened on the day that was the D-Day.
Okay. I was in Kaduna with my unit, the Nigerian artillery, the first field batch, when we started up. Zogo and I, and onward to Ebo. This was a conversation going privately. Then in the south, my Fajuna, Major Demodeka, and Major Chris Anoporo were having their own conversation about the rottenness of then, one night, if my Fajuna drove to Kaduna.
Naigu, I'm going to cut this connection and reconnect it because this is a very important thing. So just stand by. I'm going to cut it and reconnect you. Ladies and gentlemen, you must agree that this is a very important part of this discussion because there's been so many accounts by so many people. So I know that it is the network that is making us not hear him very well. So I'm going to reconnect, and I'm going to hope that when it comes back this time, it will be better. So let's try it again. Because there's no need that we're listening and we're not hearing the details of what he is saying. We have to keep pushing. We can't give up. We will because it is important that we hear exactly what happened. People come in several books and several videos and several narrations of what they think is what happened. They come in several ways and they tell you their own versions. But the reason why we're reaching out to the major actors in this event is so that we can hear directly from them. That's why we are doing what we're doing. So I'm hoping that in a short while we'll be able to reconnect, and the audio will be perfect. Just give us 1 second. They're just trying to make sure. Give us 2 minutes. Yeah, they just signaled me to give them 2 minutes. We're connected. Everything is okay. They just signaled me to give them 2 minutes, and we will connect everything very well. Let me play that music that you guys are talking about. That song that you guys were listening to, that was a song that I have a band with my family. It's called The Grateful Family, and yeah, I know it will surprise some of you, but that song is a song that my family did to commemorate those that lost their lives in the Biafran war. That was done, I think, in 2000 and around 2013 or thereabouts. That's way back when I did that song. So for some of you who you come and you say, Chidi, you're not Biafran, you're not Biafran, I just look at you and I don't even know what to tell you. So you see how far back we did that song before a lot of you even knew anything about or started agitating for Biafra. So enjoy the song. Okay, so we are back. We're back, and I'm going to bring in the Ogene Obosi himself to continue with the discussions where we left out. Okay, I hope you can hear me now very well. Okay, okay, we're back. Welcome back, sir. So, the reason why I'm not in a hurry with this thing is that we are face to face. We are confronting history, so it's not something that we are about to make any mistakes. So, thank you so much for being patient with us, Ogene Obosi. Before we went on that break, you were telling us exactly what happened, how you were in a conversation with Agui Ronse, and then continue the story from there, sir.
Okay. Actually, the conversation was not with Agui Ronse. It was about you.
That's why it is better to bring you to direct us.
So I was in Kaduna. With some officers.
Okay.
Those who formed the first field battery of the Nigerian Army Artillery.
Okay.
And they were Major Alex Madebo.
Okay.
There was Bat Anekwe. There was Domkat Bali. There was Abdul Waya. And a few other lieutenants. But they were with the normal unit, nothing to do with the revolution. So we continued our private arrangement about the situation in the situation. It got to the point the first artillery unit having been set up. I was mandated to go to Abeokuta, the west, to set up the second field battery. That turned out very bad for our revolutionary plan.
You say it turned out very what?
Very convenient.
Okay, yes, it turned out convenient. Okay.
Because at that time, we did not have any other person to handle that assignment. The person we had at that time, or we were to manage for that, was Major Ademoye. But that would have meant it having to move from Lagos all the way to Ibadan to do our west part of operation. Now, it was time for me to move to Abeokuta, which I did, and I did it with a lot of enthusiasm to go to the second field battery of the artillery. I got there, I was doing it, and of course, with my eye on the revolution. And when it got, I don't think I've missed anything, but if I have, you can stop. I think it was a few days before that, how things would. It so happened that I was already because Awolowo had been tried and sentenced to, I think, 10 years imprisonment.
Say,
And he was,
say that again, sir. Awolowo had been sentenced to prison.
yes,
Okay.
I think, to sure now, it was for 10 years
Okay.
to serve the sentence itself in Alaba prison. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Of course, that allegation, when we followed it, it was all in the press. You could see that there was a lot of politics in it. Because Awolowo was a strong man in the West, and he was a thorn in the side of the NPP of Ahmadu Bello of the North.
Yeah.
So they wanted to get him out of the way. And that was what he painted and informed that the treasonable felony charge. Then the man who was the premier of the West was Ladoke Akintola. Ladoke Akintola was the errand boy of. Have I confused you enough?
No, sir. We are still following, sir. We are following.
Because I lived through all this.
Yes, yes. Go ahead. You're giving us the side of the story that we do not know. So go ahead.
Okay. So, put in there to do their bidding. And the coup we were planning, we were taking our time to get everything right. When suddenly we started getting intelligence. And the same
Go ahead. Put the phone beside him. Now you could go ahead and talk. Go ahead and talk.
Okay.
Put the phone beside him. Well, the phone at him.
And the Frenchmen, we are planning a more.
Can you put this phone? Yes, can you put this phone close to him?
Remember, Major Nzobo was the head of Lagos. Let me help with this. When moved him there and sent him to Kaduna to run the military school. When he left the intelligence, he had some people there, and he was still getting some feedback from them from that time. But he thinks that they would press. So we got the report that people wanted to do a big mission of January. And this information got it after I left. Are you following me?
I'm following you, but it's not very very clear. So I'm trying to call direct so that they can we can take your audio from yeah. Please put the phone to the colonel. Yeah, Romy. This is Chidi calling. Put the phone beside Chief. Yeah, so that we'll be seeing the video, but let us be hearing audio from the phone. Put it on speaker, please. We're still taking the video, but keep this one that I called now beside him so that we can hear audio from this one. Go ahead. Okay, now it will go on. I wanted to start from the point where, because we couldn't hear what happened, in fact, a very long time ago. So it was breaking off. I was trying to make sense out of it, but everybody was complaining that they couldn't hear you very well. But I remember when you talked about somebody being an errand boy. So, yeah, from that point. So let's continue from there. Maybe we'll be able to hear it.
A little back. Chief Obafemi Awolowo, who was the premier. That is
There's something definitely wrong. I don't know if the phone is in a case. If the phone is in the casing, then maybe they need to remove it, take it out of the casing. There is something that is definitely interfering with your audio. So if the phone is inside a case, they should remove it from the casing. There is something interfering with the audio.
Is it better now?
Yes, it is better now.
Okay.
Okay. So
let's continue. Wherever there's interruption,
yeah,
just give the sign.
Okay. Okay. So let them reposition the phone to capture your face, and we'll bring you in again.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it okay?
Yes, it's okay. It's okay. Go ahead, sir.
Okay. Awolowo was the premier of Western Nigeria.
Okay.
He was a thorn in the flesh of Sir Ahmadu Bello,
Okay.
who was leader of the. He was the premier in the north.
Okay.
And the party leader of the NPC, Northern People's Congress.
Okay.
So they must have thought of how to get rid of him. So they slammed that charge of what do you call it?
Treason.
What did they call it?
Treason.
Treason.
Yeah.
Treasonable fellow.
Yeah, treasonable felon. Yeah, like they're doing with Showore now. So it's something they've been doing a long time ago.
It's something they perfected their act.
Okay.
They jailed him for 10 years and put him away in Calabar prison.
Okay.
So all these things angered us, the young officers, and we were thinking of changing the government the military way, and then assembling a civilian government to be led by Awolowo.
Go ahead.
Led by Obafemi Awolowo.
Okay.
Because as far as we saw, the West was run very, very well by Awolowo, with all the improvements in agriculture, in education, in almost everything. At that time when we had regional governments. So we wanted him to come back and run the federal government.
Wow. So, I need to pause here to recognize this. You, an Igbo man, you agree that
yes.
Awolowo ran the West very well that time, and you guys were fighting for him to come back out of prison.
That's right.
To continue doing the good work he was doing in the West then.
Actually, we were fighting not for him to come back, but to bring him back.
Wow.
Because he didn't know we were planning anything.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And there you go with the Igbo coup mentality.
That's why I had to point that out, because you, an Igbo coup plotter, you're fighting to bring Awolowo out of prison. But continue.
Okay. So I was in Abeokuta at this point in time, and waiting and exchanging ideas with our colleagues. When one night I had turned into bed because my quarters, I had my room upstairs, because there was emergency situation in the West. I don't know if you're familiar with the Operation Wedgie that was going on in the West at the time.
No,
I'll
sir.
explain it.
Okay.
Wedgie. The action group was fighting the NPA led by Akintola.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Akintola
Yeah.
was being supported by the Southern of Sokoto. So the action group was Awolowo's party. So what they were doing at that time was they go with a bottle or a can of fuel, petrol. They'll pour it on their opponent, and that's the wet year.
Wow.
Wet him.
Wow.
And then scratch a match. And you see a human being burning in the street.
Wow.
And when you see somebody on fire, most people will run away.
Yeah.
You want to put it out.
Yeah.
They were doing it. So all these things were going on, and we couldn't stand them. So one night I was already in bed when a Land Rover started coming towards my house. It was the noise that alerted me. I got up, looked through my window, and I saw the vehicle. And I could identify it was a Land Rover. Why? Because the two headlights were together.
Yes.
You know. So I said, hey, in fact, because we were planning danger.
Yes.
So every move was suspect.
Yes.
So I took my Sten gun, submachine gun.
Yeah.
Walked upstairs. And of course, this upstairs, I was living alone. My houseboy was living in the boys' quarters.
Okay.
So I went downstairs with my gun.
Yeah.
Came to the door, and somebody, the chap from the Land Rover, came out and knocked at my front door. And it was heavy, very heavy. Real sound, bong, 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 as if he was angry. I shouted, "Who the hell is that?" And I had a real roar. If I say laughter, you may not understand me. It was a big roar. And as soon as I heard it, I knew the voice. It was that of Major Tim Onwatuegu, one of our colleagues.
Yes.
So I shouted, I said, "Tim, what the hell is happening?" He told me to open the door. I joke.
Yeah.
I opened the door. Now, here I was in Abeokuta.
Yeah.
And very, very late at night, somebody who was supposed to be in Kaduna was knocking at the door. I knew he didn't come for a glass of beer.
Yes.
Or whatever.
Yes.
So I opened the door. We didn't even sit down because there was no time. He came to me, he said, he just went to Lagos to brief the other group that because of the change in circumstances, that the latest news was that the Southern people were going to strike on January 17th, that 1966. So
when you say strike, what was their plan? Where were they going to strike? What was the plan? The Sadwana people.
Their plan was to take over the West. And by taking over the West, of course, they were almost taking over the whole of Nigeria. Remember that Usman Danfodio had taken part of the West.
Yes.
Up to Ilorin.
Yeah.
What was left was not very much.
Okay.
And like what they are trying to do now is to concentrate on the East. And of course by sending these their herdsmen with AK-47. Anybody who has a little gray matter inside will know that the AK-47 is not for the cows. They have some agenda.
So what we're seeing now is an offshoot of what has been going on, what went on. It's part of a grand plan.
That's right. It is.
Okay.
So Major Onwatogu intimated me that the coup that had not been given a date, that there and then we were to execute it on the 15th. That is only 2 days before their grand plan. Otherwise, you and I will not be here today talking.
How old were you? How old were you at that time? How old were some of you that participated in this thing?
I was 27 years old.
You were 27 years old. Wow.
But circumstances had made me older than my age. We started seeing a lot of problems from time.
Yeah.
Zogu, I believe, was about 33. I could be wrong.
Okay. Go ahead, sir. So you people you now had a date that was 2 days to their own operation. Yes.
And that was actually it was a master stroke because we took them by surprise.
Okay.
And that it foils what they had planned to do.
Okay.
And they've not forgiven us for it.
I can imagine. So a lot of people think that I mean the events of that coup is all over the place. People can go and read it, but why do people keep saying that your group was selective in taking out some targets that period, and because it is on the basis of that a lot of animosity has been directed towards Igbo people. So can you help us understand exactly why it seemed as if your group was selective in taking out some of the targets that were earmarked in that operation? Because it's been raising a lot of dust and a lot of controversy. So if it is if it's something that you're able to explain to us, we will really appreciate it. His video is frozen, so that is just let's give us.
I'll tell you this.
Oh, okay.
I explained this in my book.
Okay.
Book I wrote.
Okay.
But because I'm giving this interview, I will explain it. But that will not stop you and your followers from buying my book.
Oh yes, we're going to advertise the book. We're going to show the link on Amazon and everywhere that people can get the book, and we will definitely help to publicize that book.
Now that you're giving me this assurance,
I will.
Now, you see, when the coup happened initially, everybody was happy and jubilating all over the place. They were happy. They said that we were their saviors. That saved a lot of people and businesses and so on. That one, accusation eventually did not hold water because what's his name? Major Ademoye is Osman. It's not an Obama. It's a goddamn Yoruba man. The name suggests that.
Okay.
Then when you change elected.
Oh, we can't hear you. We can't hear you again. Yeah. It's recording on our. Okay. Okay. It's up now. It's back. It's back on YouTube. Okay. We will continue. Anyhow they want it, we will do it. We are fully back on YouTube right now. Guys, thank you for your patience. This is a very, very important interview. So, thank you so much, Colonel Nwobosi.
You're welcome.
You may continue, sir.
All right. I take it that where I stopped was the night Major Nwobosi came to my house in Abeokuta.
Yes.
To tell me that the date had been fixed for the coup.
Yeah.
Initially, it was left open until everything was in order. It was arranged, but we got intelligence that the Ahmadu Bello group was planning something clandestine, something very sinister against the people of Nigeria.
How were you able to get your information?
Okay, I said earlier, maybe you didn't catch it then, that Nzobo was made the head. He was the first Nigerian army officer to take over from the British, who was in charge of intelligence.
Okay. Okay.
So he took over, and then Nzobo was a very diligent officer, and he stayed there. He was on top of the situation, and when eventually they transferred him to head the Nigerian Military Training School in Kaduna, it was one of his boys who took over, his favorite. And then he kept in touch with them. And then they always briefed him on whatever he wanted to know. And of course, he was our anchor man for intelligence information, and that was how we got to know.
Okay.
Are you all right on this?
Yes. I needed that fact to be established, because some people will be saying, "Oh, you made your move based on a false premise." So I wanted to bring out the fact that you were working with someone who was on top of intelligence.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. We couldn't have been in such a hurry if we didn't get any urgent message in that direction.
Mm-hmm.
We wanted to take our time and get things set up.
So when he came and visited you that night and said, "Hey, you needed to move," when he came and told you that yes, there was need to move.
Mm-hmm. Well, we needed to move. That is to get it done at least 2 days before their own proposed date. So actually what we did was to forestall their own coup. And that did a world of good for you and I, for all the Nigerians.
So okay, so on the after that operation, because I'm not going to go into it. Like I said, it's out there, and I'm glad you made us understand that there is a book that you wrote. So I guess when someone goes into the name of the book, tell us the name of the book, sir.
I don't know whether you know what.
Yes, sir.
My biographer, I'll talk to him.
Yes.
And if it's advisable.
Okay.
Because live interview.
Okay, sir. No problem. No problem. We'll get every information from you, and we will publish it on our site, and we'll broadcast it, and we'll let people get the book. So there's a question. There's a question that somebody put on our site. It was asking us that they are passionate about knowing what exactly happened with Nzogu, and but I think you must have also talked about it in your book.
I did talk about it in the book.
Yeah, but briefly, just to clear the air, can you just summarize for us what happened?
Okay. As I told you earlier, Nzogu was my senior in college, and that was St. John's College, Kaduna. So we knew ourselves there before we joined the army. He joined the army before me and was therefore my senior there too. There was that relationship between him and myself. When we started the war, let me give this little background where the confusion started. When I say confusion, I mean this historical died. We did our coup, that first coup, with one Nigeria in mind. We were doing it to rectify things that were going wrong. And their own coup of January 17th, 1966, they were doing it to take over hierarchy, take over the country, and we wanted to do it to forestall that takeover they were going to do. So you can see basically all that we set out to do and continued to do was for one Nigeria. But when everything started going haywire, governor of Eastern Nigeria. When they did the coup and against Agui Ironsi, it was Gowon who took over. And from that point, Ojukwu started having a lot of disagreement with Gowon and the federal government. Nzogu was still in Enugu, so were most of us who organized the coup. And Nzogu made it known to Ojukwu that in fact they disagreed on the war, the principles of the war, because Nzogu was still maintaining the fact that we could still have one Nigeria. But Ojukwu, in his own views, he saw that, number one, Gowon was not the next in seniority to Ironsi. And then he knew that the North had some hidden agenda and that war was going to be inevitable. So on this premise, when the war started, and then we deployed our troops in the northern front, like Soka, Obulafo, and all such places. We deployed. I went as the commander of a unit there. Ojukwu, because of his disagreement with Nzogu, was not sure his stance. What I mean is that whether Nzogu would be a good commander if he was deployed in the northern front. So we were deployed, and Nzogu plus some officers of Midwest Extraction were given voluntary leave. They were told that they were not to join the fighting at that stage. Of course, many people read different meaning into that. I was deployed in Nsukka, and one day I saw Nzogu on the Land Rover. And when I say Land Rover, the vehicle was moving, and Nzogu had to sit on the tailboard of the Land Rover. And we saw it, we thought, how could the enemy be coming from the rear? Only to find out that that was Nzogu. And I welcomed him, and I had a chat with him, and he said that they had sorted out their problems. In other words, he and Ojukwu had sorted out that their disagreement, and that was why he was posted. It stands to reason that if you're going to fight for a commander-in-chief, you have to be on the same page, and that was how Nzogu started his deployment, and we were there fighting the enemy. There were quite a number of other commanders around there. Everybody had to take his, had to be given, not take, given his own sector. And when eventually Nzogu became a casualty in that Nsukka front, those of us in the front had our own version of the story, and I'll give you that version of the story. The version is like this. Are you hearing me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Nzogo was more interested and more familiar with raids rather than frontal attacks. That was his own cup of tea. Sometimes he will lead a group of officers and soldiers and come through my own front. So we should make a way. I'll brief him about enemy disposition in that area. He will go there, go in, and then maybe later in the day or a few days later, and it had happened on one occasion when he could not return that same day, and we were all worried about his safety, but eventually he came back. On this particular raid, and when I say raid, let me explain. They will go into Nsukka town and sometimes the university area or a popular hotel where these enemy soldiers were used to drinking and making merry. He will have his men have a grenade, a hand grenade each. They'll go in there, sneak in, and at his command, they will remove the safety pin of the hand grenade and lob it about the same time. And with the grenade exploding and creating casualties, they will open fire. That is Nzogo's men. Open fire with their Sten machine gun. You can imagine the kind of confusion he will have created with this type of operation. And when there was this confusion, he will withdraw his men. It was a drill. They practiced it many times. And on this particular occasion, he was with one Tom Bigger. And Tom Bigger was the junior brother, half brother, to Colonel Odumegwu Ojukwu. Tom Bigger was in the same college with me, so I know him very well. So Nzogo was with Tom Bigger on this particular raid. Both of them never came back. Now, the information got to us. How it got to us, I am not very sure. Got back to us, and the information is that on their way back, they ran into a Nigerian army ambush. So some other people, a fighting patrol, who had gone somewhere coming back, probably noticed Nzogo and his men first, and they set up a quick ambush. And that was
Okay,
was killed.
we lost you there. I don't know. Hello, sir. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Hold on 1 second. The connection is not strong enough. Okay. Let's try again now because that's very very important. The point where we heard you last is where you said that they ran into what you suspect to be like a group that was coming back from an operation. That's where we didn't hear again.
Okay. So we suspect they ran into that group, and after the ambush, Nzogo lost his life. Tom Biga, who was Juku's half-brother, lost his life, and that was how. But when the Nigerian media, Radio BiAFRA, at the time, was denying the story that Nzogo had been killed, the Nigerian High Command, knowing that the person they killed was Nzogo, I don't know how they found out, but there could have been an ID on him. They requested that his body be taken back to Kaduna, miles away from the front. And when he got there, they gave him a hero's welcome. Of course, Nzogo was loved in the army by almost everybody, except those who didn't know him. But we knew that that was done for propaganda purposes. Now, the story we started hearing, some people said because Nzogo disagreed initially with Ojukwu on getting the war on, that it was Ojukwu who killed him. Well, the Ojukwu that I knew couldn't have been that hard-hearted one to kill Nzogo and in the process kill his own junior brother. Well, this is my own assessment of the story.
Wow. Thank you so much. I know why you're doing this, because you have you have a biography, and you could have as well withheld this information, but we consider it a very big honor and privilege for you to reveal this story to us, to at least try to straighten that confusion that a lot of people have about all of this thing. Another question that they asked, our viewers have asked, is what you know about the death of Awolowo.
The death of Awolowo. Did they say I killed him?
No. No. Yeah, I was actually, we're just trying to ask some of the questions so they don't think that we are, because they came here just prepared to hear from you. I've just put it out there because they just asked for that information, because I know Awolowo died much later. So for me, it's not such a very important question. Let me just, no, it's not important.
Well, if you must, let me answer that.
Okay.
As far as I know, Chief Obafemi Awolowo, the man we will have made the Prime Minister of Nigeria, if our coup had gone where we planned it, died or must have died of cause.
Sorry, sir. We lost you there. You said that it started from Chief Obafemi, as far as you know. Can you start from there, sir? You say as far as you know.
As far as I know, Chief Obafemi Awolowo, the man we, the organizers of January 15th coup, 1966, had planned to make the vibrant Prime Minister of Nigeria. because of his successes in the West. Most have died of natural causes.
Yes, I know. I know, yeah. Now, the other thing I want to know, which is really, really confusing to us and which may help us to put things in perspective, and this is also for my generation. We seem to, and from history, see that the West and the East have always tried to work together. They've always had a relationship, and it's always been the North, and not everybody in the North, but the Fulani Caliphate in the North, who always want to bring about a confusion and a division between the East and the West. I know you've said this before, but just for purposes of emphasis, why does this keep occurring over and over and over again? What is the primary motive that motivates, that keeps on inspiring and pushing the Fulani led North to always want to either divide the East and the West or use one side against the other? What is their main motive?
Well, like you said, for emphasis, the North, and when I say the North, I mean the Fulanis, they are very crafty. They use divide and rule. It has always worked for them. And then you don't change a winning team. It's only when our people, and only if our people, make them see the futility in this their age-old tactics, that they will start thinking of changing it. So it's not really a question of why do they keep using it. It's a question of why is it that our people, the Easterners and the Westerners, who are supposed to be more educated than the Fulanis, continue letting them get away with this type of tomfoolery. It boggles my mind.
Yeah, it boggles my mind too. And when you talk about why people continue in the face of staggering realities of these people's intentions, why we just continue to allow this to happen when we claim to be the ones who are intelligent. And
That's right.
thinking along that line, I've heard you several times talk about Nnamdi Kanu. And even though a lot of people may not like his methods, what do you have to say about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and his efforts so far concerning the emancipation of the Biafran people or the eastern people of Nigeria?
Well, as you probably know, about a year plus ago, I went to London to try and finish and launch my book. In the process, I went to Israel and met Nnamdi Kanu, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and we had a good rapport. It is not easy to be a leader, and especially under the circumstances. I hear people criticize him. Some of them, if there was time, I engage with them in the argument, trying to get them to see the light. Because Nnamdi Kanu is trying as a young man people to correct him, or those who are close to him to try and cooperate with him, because it's not a one-man job. And if you think that he is harsh when he talks sometimes, it could be out of frustration. All of us get frustrated once in a while. Give that to him. Any situation is better than what we are now.
I agree, sir.
That's right. With a little bit of correction and teamwork with Nnamdi Kanu, we'll be there.
So what do you have to say to people, our own people, who have established themselves as pure opposition? That's what they are there to do. They even have channels. They are on social media. They are all over the place. What they are waiting for is, thinking about it now, not only with Nnamdi Kanu, anything that seems to toe the line of the narrative that these people are already in our land. These people are armed with AK-47s. These people, when you see some of them that were intercepted in trailers, I can tell you, Ogene Obosi, these people are not our Almajiris. They are calm. They are not in a hurry. When they ask them questions, they answer the question confidently. These guys have undergone some kind of training. What would you say to people who keep opposing this idea that we are surrounded, that these people, as we continue to talk every day, they are advancing their program? What kind of advice do you have for them? And you find them amongst politicians, you find them amongst our elders, you find them amongst our governors. Is it that they are not seeing? I don't get it.
No, I'll say search me. When I say search me, you understand what I mean?
Yes, I know.
I live in the north, and I understand Hausa very well. Almajiris are young boys and young girls, and the parents, but they don't have the wherewithal. So in the evenings, especially when it's time for dinner, the big men, the alhajis and so on, they eat with a bunch of friends outside. And when they sit down, you see these young boys, usually about 10, 15 years old, boys and girls, hovering around. As soon as these people finish eating in a group, the rest will be taken away. They turn around and say, Almajiri. And when they shout Almajiri, those Almajiri will shout Naam. Naam is Hausa word for
It's me.
yeah.
I am. Or something.
They rush.
No, go ahead, sir.
You
Go
get
ahead.
it?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. They get there, and these young boys and girls have their own calabashes. I suppose now they have plates. Turn the leftover of the food to these young kids, and they go to side and devour this thing, because in most cases they are very hungry. They've been waiting for long for food. Now you tell me that these young teenagers are the ones with AK-47 leading the herd, the cattle. If, as an Igbo person, you carry a burial gun and walk the street watch the treatment
the police. Yeah.
Will then these people, these almajiris, that is assume at least 10, 12, 13, 14, carry these sophisticated weapons that are made for counter.
Yeah.
Then controlling, and the same government will not ask them for their license or why they carry those weapons. You have to tell that to the Marines, not to me.
Exactly.
Because I will not believe you.
Exactly. Thank you so much, Ogene Obosi. I can stay with you here for the next 5 hours. But I know that I don't want to overstay my welcome. Mana ịma na asị na onye lie ọjị ya kpaa ya nkụ na ada ali ọjị kwada, so you must forgive my you must forgive me, sir.
Yeah.
Hello, sir.
No, you've been forgiven.
Okay.
They've given you.
Okay.
Even before for it.
Thank you very. You must forgive me.
Don't worry.
You must forgive me because I'm your in-law. Imana nwunye m bụ onye Obosi, so I was handling you with care. Yes. So
don't worry, we'll get to meet again.
Okay, sir. I look forward to I look forward to reading your book. I can't wait to get my hands on it, and I said we'll put it up on our channel. Thank you for inspiring us, and don't worry. It's not everything we can discuss here, but I need you to know that there are efulefus mana onwe ndị mụ anya. Mba, hey, mba, hey, ọ bụzụ mba, no, hey, ọ bụrụ ife a na-ekwu na ịmara na hey, mba, hey. Agwa ịma na ọ bụrụ ife niile ka a na-ekwu n'ebe a, enwee ife ụfọdụ ama nkwu. Enwee ụfọdụ ama nkwu ebe a, so mba, ịma. So I would really like to really continue to express my gratitude to you and to assure you that people like Nnamdi Kanu, they have our full support. We've heard you, we've played your videos. There's a lot of people who don't understand where Nnamdi Kanu is coming from, and there's a lot of people, they have divergent views that may not align with Nnamdi Kanu, but their intentions are also good. But we will continue. Yes, we'll continue to look at people like you. We'll continue to consult you. Please leave your line of communication open with us. Sometimes we will make mistakes. Oh, maka kaibu. I nke na-adabara. Throw away the water, but don't throw away the baby.
One advice I'll give Nnamdi Kanu is this. I'll take our own crusade as an example. They started labeling us with all kinds of things. But they said it was because of our coup that all the problems are happening in Nigeria. And if we had known that they were going to say such rubbish, we would have left the January 17th massacre And if it had happened, I will put up forward. Then we say, look at it. Look at what you were going to say about our coup. And some of us lost our lives in the attempt.
I understand.
But these things. Then they finished with that one. They banned the study of history because they don't want anybody to know what happened. After labeling our coup an Igbo coup, and that being rolled water, the next thing was that we were selective in the targets. Then, what is selective about going to a place and the man in charge, you say, look, you messed up, give way. You're not going to leave that man and go for a servant. The servant is not in charge. You have not tried him out. So all these things they talk about selective and all that. The next thing you start hearing that these people that came, they all had Rolex, or they all had big, what do you call it, levels, bottom, belly button. So, onye ọbụla, you know what you want. As long as it's okay with you, you go for it. Because they will always talk.
Yeah, that advice, I will take it to heart. I will take it very much to heart because and in our long people like me, we face all that kind of people will accuse you, they will call you sabo, they will say this and that, but we are not distracted. Our eyes are set like the Flintstone, and we have already crossed the bridge. There's no going back. And yeah, until we emancipate our people, however which way that is going to happen. Ogene Obosi, what is the meaning of Ogene Obosi? Let people understand.
In Obosi Kingdom, there are a number of titles. Some you might know the meaning, but that of Ogene, the nearest to Ogene I can tell you now is Ogene. Ogene ana-akụ.
Hey, ọfụma nụnụ.
Mana onwere ọkụ onye weta m Ogene ebe a. Ya bụ ụdị na m akụrụ. Oge nchi Ogene, emesịa m were ego m jee golu alụ.
Obosi people, onye atụọla ọmala atụọla ofenye, otinye isi n'ọfịa, Obosi. Don't worry. Thank you so much. It's amazing to see that at your age, you continue to play a very important role, not just in the affairs of the people that you defended with your life, but also in your immediate community. I can't wait to have you here in Ontario, in Canada. I will host you, and we will launch your book here.
Look, I'm planning to come tomorrow.
Please come.
I'll be there tomorrow.
Don't worry. Thank you very much, sir. I like the fact that we are ending on a very light mode, and we will all celebrate our freedom one day. I look forward to that day, sir. Okay. Thank you very much. Mba nke ka esi elozozin mani ga etumu na bụ enyi ọ na-abụ enyi ka echiru m.
ịgwazi m nke a
O nwere ife ome. Biko, Ogene Obosi. Ogene Obosi. Ogene Obosi. Daalụ. All right. All right. Thank you, everybody. You don't know what that means. You don't know. It puts a smile on my face. A lot of people don't understand me. They don't understand what we do. They don't understand where we're coming from. But there will be a day of reckoning. There will be a day of understanding. You see me with the Biafran flag. You're like, Chidi, what's going on? Why are you not defending Nigeria? Why are you with Biafran flag? I don't owe you explanation. Do you see me with Revolution Now cap? Chidi, why are you wearing Revolution Now? I don't have to explain to you. You see me with Chieftaincy cap? Chidi, why are you Chieftaincy cap? You heard what the man said. Go after what you believe in. Don't keep cho like a woman. Be busy. Support the struggle. Support the emancipation of your people. However you want to do it, however works for you, make sure you do it. I am going to inform you guys that don't worry about all the breaks in our transmission. You're going to get a well-edited version, and we will cut off all the parts. The important thing is that we have proven that we are unstoppable. We are unstoppable. We love Igbo people, Biafran people. They love Nigeria so much that they were the ones that started the emancipation. Go and read. It was the North that said no, they don't want to. During the time of Azikiwe then, it was the Igbo people that kept wanting to unite Nigeria. The North said no, mba. They had to postpone the independence